Someone who's a resident of Tshwane who is struggling with land? Just in short, just show this.
Yeah, we have managed to run the process at extension 17 in Atteridgeville. People, they call it tsunami. When you go former church, now called Dr. Nkom. Right. That place, it has been named the Khazamula View, next to extension 19.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Mashiane. We are hosting an enigma figure in Pretoria, west of Pretoria, but he will tell us about his name, where he's from, and what he does. So I will first get your name, where you're from, how did you get to be a hero of the landless people in Tshwane? Just a bit of background.
Thank you very much. I truly appreciate for the platform. This is a great opportunity for the people to ensure that we do what is right for the community. I myself, my name is Alfred Khazamula. Khazamula is my surname inheritance of Mthombeni. And Tate Khazamula ke Mushate. Yeah, ke Mushate hona mo Atteridgeville in Socioville, where I grew up. Yeah, where I grew up serving both provinces, Limpopo and Gauteng.
Yes. You were serving them in what capacity?
I studied my education in Limpopo.
Okay.
I started in Masizani Primary School. Then I went to Limpopo.
Masizani kai?
Masizani, it's in Socioville.
Socioville, oh, yeah. Okay. So, let's talk about the purpose you are here. You are the champion of landless people.
Yeah, you are right.
You are a champion of landless people.
You are right. Yes. Resident Program Settlement Association has been established in 2017. Oh. Yeah, it is a company as an NPO and NPC. Our objective is to ensure where government failure, it's when we come in, we pursue where government went wrong in order to exercise our democracy and our rights in society.
All right, so in other words, you belong to an association that affords people land. Is that what am I hearing?
That is true. That's why it's a program, it's a resident program settlement association.
Okay.
Basically, we deal with land issue, vacant land and a service tenant.
So what do you mean? So do you work for government, you work for the people, and you allocate stands? Let's say someone is sitting in Kalinen, or let's say Amanskral, Babona Levala, they want to associate themselves with people who have land. They see it. What kind of interventions are you going to bring just to make sure African people have?
Like I have said, we are registered as an NPO. So all we be doing good, we pursue the failure of the government. People engage RPSA in terms of the land in question. So when we integrate with people, we advocate how to run the process. Firstly, we engage the municipality by writing a petition about that particular space of a land. Okay. Therefore, when we write in a petition, we make people aware that the process of petition has been acknowledged by the municipality. It's where then we start to engage municipality to come and work with us in order to allocate the people who are landless. You should remember that the economic transformation and social transformation, it is both occurs where people, they need a space. And unfortunately, you should remember that our people are staying in the backyard, in houses that has been rebuilt in 1940 by a Miss Atteridge. So those people, they are now then become beneficiaries. And those beneficiaries are the children of the father and the mother of that particular house. So these people, they need a space where they can build for themselves. That's why government initiate a program of registration of an RDP. They call it a Form C.
Okay.
So we have identified that mostly people who have registered to be allocated in those houses, they are still carrying those papers. And those who didn't register those houses, when houses are built, some they hijack those houses, some they got allocated, of which is where we come in. We are calling upon people with a Form C that come join RPSA, be a member first, and let us run the process together and be part of the solution. We've got lawyers, we've got advocates, we are running things due to the proper road of litigation.
So thank you very much. Long explanation. I want to be short. What are your success stories? Can you point to success stories where you have seen land, you have assisted people, and they are properly settled where they are, and the ongoing ones where you are currently succeeding? I know you've got court victories in your bag and stuff, but just explain to someone who's a resident of Tshwane who is struggling with land. Just in short, just show this.
Yeah, we have managed to run the process at Extension 17 in Atteridgeville. People, they call it Tsunami. When you go former church, now called Dr. Nkom.
Right.
That place, it has been named the Khazamula View, next to Extension 19.
So if you go towards Hartis,
when you go towards RTBS,
on the left,
on the left hand side, where the land, where the land it was finalized,
yes,
in 2016 for an allocation, but the government failed.
Okay.
Let me assure you that.
So in short, government there was an allocation for that land for human settlement in 2016. Government failed to do the process of giving that to people. You and your organization, you came in, you provided solutions, and as we speak currently, people are living in Khazamula.
People that are now staying there. Let me assure you.
Yes.
There is a children now. People that are raising children now.
Yes.
Because they call that place a home now.
So people now, as we live,
they are residing on, I'm so very much happy because all the stakeholders, even the deputy president and the premier, they once visited that space of Extension 17 Tsunami,
yes,
now Khazamula View.
Oh, no, that's...
Plus or minus 2,000 people, they are residing on that platform. That is an achievement.
Oh, so it's Khazamula both on this side of the road and this side of the road?
That's right, yeah. It's
okay.
Khazamula View at Extension 17, pushing 125 of
okay,
a farmer.
All right. So now, people all over Tshwane, others see you as a land grabber, others see you as a land invader. So people say when you find bond houses, you occupy, you put your people, and then you take land. So you are a Peter Pan for the poor, but you are a pariah to the rich. So the working class people see you as this nonsense. What's your response to that?
You see, people in the distance, they see things differently. I believe if I was a white person,
yes,
all that I'm doing now, it was supposed to be a legit, not a land grabber.
Yes.
In other words, whatever that is done by a black person, you must call it informal settlement.
Informal.
Anything that is done by a white person, it is a formal settlement. Because they've got the resources and they can communicate with the political slate, yes, in order to release money so that they can do business.
Okay.
So ourselves, as Khazamula as I speak.
You're disturbing the mic with
Mushate o kata kasi Sotho or gas Changana or gas Venda or gas Pidi or gas Zulu.
Yes.
So it's not a land grabber.
Yeah.
It is Kigam Korga Ponong who manage Jahori. Erga allocate about to Chandugo Limpopo.
Yes.
But Walungo Limpopo, they are not formal.
Yes.
They are in informal settlement.
Yes.
So Limushate Ute Nika Muntlung ya Pitori.
Was spread.
Tate Khazamula Mthombeni.
Okay. So you have successes, you are giving people land. Have you created enemies within what you do? Are there people who are vying for your head? Are you in danger?
Let me say
for being a good person for people that
let me say to you, the danger of this thing, it's the people who see the wrong part of what I'm doing.
Yes.
Those are the dangerous people. But hey, libatubona ababoni elina agiboni danger because what I'm doing kurra utwana chaba and then here agree and then we move with the resolution. What we agreed, then we move like that. In other words, hurara agibereki as Khazamula as personal. Kibereka les chaba, there's a committee. Imara hubona lanu nakopile na lebatu badore there are committee in order to run the process. In other words, hurara agiboso.
Our boss.
Yeah.
You are led by the constituency. Constituency gives you mandate, you execute as the face of that machine.
Exactly.
But if about mahal,
yeah,
because udirela batho, in other words. Yes. Okay. So there's an opportunity for growth for what you do. So someone might be asking, is it difficult for yourselves, Hore? Le allocated land, leader the service stands, and I know you do that. On those service stands, leader rehabilitate, le fe batho ba lo goreng they are, I don't want to use the word well off, but they've got capacity to build houses similar to those that you found. Let me give an example. So people in Elandspoort are crying, baberekisha they cry ya bona gore bona ba patela bond, so ba feel shapur utlo be ya mukuku next to bona. What is your weight for people like that?
Asiba tuba Elandspoort fela ba lorbal. And let me tell you, Hori, in surrounding area or due to my experience,
yes,
there is informal settlement everywhere.
Yes.
I'm not sure Kosantin, but let me tell you, Danville, Yibileli Cosmo City,
yes,
Wabalaba to buy informal settlement. Baba Maburu, Gawan or not, they are making a lot of money, go Danville.
Yes.
Baba Ahela Cosmo City.
Yes.
So, Lisalibala or Nornar Batuatare into, Batuatare into Ratoga.
Yes.
And then Ahuna Hori, Arnya go renta, because we don't qualify who rega bond house.
Yes.
So,
and okasi fitli waga double story.
Ingas fitli ga double story. Agina pay sleep. That's why Gikwadisa Form C. In other words, I need government to assist me. So where can I start with? I can only start with a shack. Then government must come and build for me an RDP. So, but Abarfenago, Renali progress. Progress, you start somewhere to end up somewhere. Ogas no fika. More a vacant land. Wa aha double story snap like we are to lose.
Yes.
So we reclose Tomagamuku. Therefore, after Ricotara Raaha, Ntroya fit about Valor Baragid into Gomaburu. Again, Arnago regarding to Gomaburu. We don't want Maburu bar ahead. And Arnago leave a government or is to ye sokola. Gaur ahela dintu. We just need a land where we can build it.
So in short, people who live in Elandspoort, people who live in Danville, Lotus Gardens, Barking can go Mountain View, Barking, what Lily, on the R80.
According to the list.
Yes. because you are taking all over. Lady Selborne. Yeah, so it's Lady Selborne, Lotus Gardens, Elandspoort, Danville, all those people who got bonds there. Just know that you don't have to fight him. He says people will come and take land that is not used. But they will not start with a double-story mansion. They will build gradually until you see them as neighbors of the same food. Because as he says, Mushad. Yes.
And then and that is the problem. And then those are they've got economic transformation. That's why I get a social transformation.
Yes.
Yeah. We are breathing the same air.
Yes.
We are yeah, we are breathing. We are breathing the same air, but we are different in our pocket.
Yes.
When you are rich, now I'm poor. So allow me to do what I can manage to afford. If Lord where now you can manage to buy from a white person and buy the bond, I do made. I holy. So I will start pace by pace until
do these people feel like they are paying your service, they are paying the lawyer, they are paying? Explain it for us, because they believe for land must come back without compensation.
Our agree. Kile Khazamula mo society ki mutholore kinali di rental rooms ka rentis batho ba patela rent each and every month.
Okay.
So ki dipitsa hore no I'm a property investor hore
so
ki tswana le makhuwa le nna ka pateliwa e khwedi fela kona mo Atteridgeville.
All right.
So let me say, Hori, here is more issue ya constituency in terms of a development, the litigation process or the petitions. But Rautana Gamola, Hori, we cannot build a room. Yes, but our contributor. Our contributor, our Khazamula, who later Unyaga, our contributor because. Rautana hori irga konon sabka yensu yitur government elor ne chante yiri ahele kaore in I patilwa tax I patilwa lutsepan pace ya bona is low.
Okay.
And then we don't know who is a period of time. Wunchi baba to tlhokofala ba tshwere dipampiri tsa di form C because government that could manage over allocation.
Form C ke form e batho ba o nyaka di RDP ba engwalang ba fang government.
So renalo utlwana in this sense we want to build our own room. We want to build our own place.
While you are still alive.
While you are still alive.
Before you lose your youth.
Because the land that tell wa di bona le Jesu he atla o tlhokofetsa di shadi ntse di lebia le wona ba no di sa lebia. So renare we are not the same generation as the past.
Yes.
This is another generation. Yes. We know how to deal with our constitution. Yes. We know how to deal with our policies. Yes. We know how to deal with our bylaws. And here we got said what the wrap up. Utobonor win elor government ana plan ya horno akakona who defeated the mission.
Yes.
Because release kolong rabala ibile hona le batho ba lo ba re thusa. So chaba sa contribute my boss. They become members and they contribute membership form. And then ba contribute happily chelete ya lawyer if lori recreate and victimization. Because we don't know in South Africa hona le batho ba lori lende e lori wa bona ne sentse na ba EMI kile hore iba ya bona ka electoral le position e lori bana le yona on that particular time. It's either by register ka theme ya bona before the coalition. Utsanzo you don't know we are in a government they lori it's a coalition. A hona hore ba ka discuss taba tsa hore botlo a hela batho di RDP. But this Kazata was or no, who is going to have a position? Yeah. So Kibona, Muhulikana Bona, that is politics, voted e re bona ba lwele coalition eo hence re na re lwa ka process ya molao.
Yes.
So batho ba contribute and they contribute in a big number.
So the contribution is for paying lawyers.
The contribution is for paying lawyers.
Yes.
The contribution is for paying transportation.
Yes.
The contribution is to pay is to pay to erect roads.
To oil the machine.
Yeah.
Of making sure the land goes to the people.
Road, and we make sure we limit our thing.
Yes.
Rekra matla he bona ba tla ba thuba. We sorry. We don't have a problem.
Yes.
If we engage them in the first place, kaka petition, batle basatli resolution, and then barabia on the electoral terms. Ya or no, utota o next year bam elected MMC, and then utobulela difference to ga sana ba change ba tsentsho mo. Ba kra now we are on the process because we are change. Repeatedly on the process.
Sure.
Political pillar change.
Okay.
So
ho botsa batho ba leng kwa gore ge motho a botsa gore Khazamula o lwela batho ba khumane land ha patelu because ke di stipend tsa uno run around. So what's in it for Khazamula?
I would agree as an NPO. NPO ina le dideng ba bitsa gore ke stipends.
Yes.
So rana NPO ka stipends. In other words, that committee, they sit down, but focus on that little sum. How can we read because it's about appeal? Uno the government, but government.
So it's not a secret or luena. You do get utlapa matsogo waja luena wa tshwana le bana ba bangwe ba tswa furu.
Which means but it
must
meeting
yes. Yeah, no.
Movement wa motho mongwe le mongwe le batho ba lore ba kopana ka mohara di council meetings.
Okay.
Ba ja chelete ya batho.
Short question. Una le political party e lore o affiliate to yona. Ke a tseba re o tlile mo as an individual. Una le political party e lore o affiliate to yona.
Yes, ke tenga mara politiki. I think plus or minus for my 30 years in politics. I'm busy saving. Let me say to you, reason ya myself I'm not influenced by politics.
Yes.
I'm influenced kas chaba ka gore karana lotsa is a civic movement.
Okay.
So I can go to politics because politics a position ya high.
Are you free to disclose the political party that you?
No, I'm not free because but I change the topic. But who influence this kind of a political party and it will start a problem.
All right, so this is for the benefit of your people of the constitution that leading whatever. Scanna gore o tolwela ba ba opara mala ola o mongwe and then you neglect people of the other political party. I believe that is the thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 2, ubona ing. Okay, ereke so. U believer in Mudimu.
Yes, I believe in my ancestors. I believe my ancestors. Unal Mudimu. Agre Mudimu is the one person.
Kenya ka redistinguish. Hona le Mudimu wa ba Kriste. Hona le Mudimu wa rena batho ba bantsho sa Africa re na lo ba bitsa gore ke badimo, those who have passed. Kenya gore we distinguish ga botse gore ke gone because the question je go butshang tsona di depend on gore o believer in him.
My brother, why is it low to send real life sometimes? Go to send the sense. Jesu tlogo fetsi ka ancestor ke.
Yes.
Ura re ke modimo. Ore ke badimo. Nna ke believer on my ancestors. Modimo wa
Jesu ke ancestor ya
modimo wa ka ke Khazamula ke Masongweni ke Charlie ke badimo ba ka ba. Ke tla that is the royal blood.
Mthombeni.
Yeah, ke tla ka bona ba ya Jesu ke king ya ba Juda.
Okay.
Yeah, resare agahan. Ugasti king ya go Jew ya ma Jewish wa tlisa in Africa and then ro ba le problem. Mara
do you believe in God?
I believe in God, yeah. God of my forefathers.
God of your forefathers?
Yeah.
So you are not a Christian?
No, I believe in God of my forefathers.
You believe in God of your forefathers?
My forefathers, yeah.
Okay, sharp.
It's a sniff.
Thank you. And that's very good.
Yeah.
So the Bible says the promised land. Rena le berekisha ka English re ra gore mo re yang ke the promised land. Go bereka le batho ba tseba the promised land. But then it's funny, in the Bible they are talking about the promised land. Ke Kanana, ke this is where they are going. You realize or in re ba bolela ka the promised land. Canaan. Is it then the land of milk and honey as we speak, currently as we speak? The reason I'm asking is there are people who are following you who someone maybe ba fologile stimela se gare se tsamaya because ba give up because they are waiting for the promised land. So tell me, Bible there's a promised land. For over 2,000 years we've been hearing about it. People, have they arrived? Because I don't believe they've arrived at the promised land, because people are fighting in East Bank, people are fighting in Israel. Even now they are still killing each other. So I want to understand, what is the promised land for you in your terms? So you can explain it biblically, you can also explain it with the work that you do. What is the promised land?
My brother.
My
brother. Morally moteng, you know.
Yes.
This is a promised land. Wawana kodi elenga ona batho.
Yes.
Even now. Lefatshe le ditlhakhole. Enoba he o nya go controlla batho o ba tsentse into the system. O tshwantse o berekise botlhale.
Yes.
O itse re botlhale bo lo re boteng ba phila and re na le bona today. Ke botlhale ba Queen Elizabeth. Queen wa mathomo le Queen wa bobedi. Ke bona ba tliseng taba ya a Roman Catholic Church. E le re gona ba nong batho ba khona ho transforma di ancestors ta bona di be under the belief of the Christ, of which there is no problem with it, because agere o berekisa ba dimba ha or no nna ke nya go bereka so, and then botlo follow up because bo mo we. So bona if lord no o tlo berekisa a culture ya batho ba bang o tlo faila ho o practice the rituals tsa ha. Let me tell you in the sense of but elor batho ba itsebi in the real life. Rena la Illuminati.
King Illuminati.
Illuminati it's a god of light. In other words, you sacrifice for your soul. And then it's another prayer, it's another church. You have a Catholic Church. And then Queen Elizabeth and the chairman near that organization, Mara, I repose, for information.
That's very interesting.
Yaore, Eoga compara would many basu wali would many basit. Yes, Rena as South Africans or as Africans we've abandoned our culture because of reforming the NGO. And then a very excellent government in terms of monitoring and what so forth.
Let me understand. So, the promised land.
Yes. Church, if it was built for Christ, it was supposed to be one. How many churches that we have in Africa? Why can't we come together and we form a Roman Catholic Church just like white? Why we got divided? We want to batho ba lor no o mongwe le mongwe nya go dikahela ntlo ya hae a tikirele ka mkho aka khonang hore a be le di supporters. Ape ona ba nong our churches that just like political parties now.
So you agree that the God that we as Africans pray, or I might be using the wrong language here. Africans have been neglected by their own gods because one thing so we could fight or evade pressure coming from the colonizers.
Bophelo ba sekgowa bo tlo phela bo ntse bo different le bophelo ba Basotho. Firstly, rena batho ba bantse ra palla go kopana re bente one. Re palla go build a room ya rena.
No, so we must blame someone.
So we don't blame anyone. ntengwe lengwe yirwa ke batho ba lore ba utlwana. In other words, o ka bona makhowa ba successful, they raise money for what they are doing.
Yeah.
Uri jese ba mmolai burua ka ne le taba tsa gore na senya business ya majewish ko Jerusalem. O itse a thomorara di business tsa bona mola ba reno o re ka se motho because batho ba la ke mo ba jang mo teng.
Yeah.
So once you got what this type of business about to have, ba ka se utlwe boss.
So the biggest organization in Africa in terms of longevity ke African National Congress e formilwe for the basis of the 1913 Land Act.
1912.
Yeah. So what was happening around there? There was some sort of a commission, Ebolelanka the natives, in 1913 that were saying how Africans should be treated, ne, in terms of land. African National Congress was not happy and they formed an organization. Even today, they still don't have land. Banale almost 30 years leading South Africa, almost 30 years, they still do not have land. They were formed to fight land, but they still don't have land, even after leading for 30 years, almost 30 years. I have a resolution here. Let me, can I read out?
Yeah, you can read it for
let me read it out for them. It says, therefore, this Congress, representing all the tribes, the Congress is talking about the ANC, representing all the tribes of the Bantu races within the Union, in they are talking about South Africa, earnestly praise, praise that Parliament unhesitantly rejects the report of the Native Land Commission and instantly withdraw the Native Land Act of 1913 from operation as a statute. So this was a 1916 resolution of the ANC. They were still praying in 1916. Whatever represented on land. So, and I have a problem if we are led by those people whose ancestors were pro-land. But now we got into power, everyone forget that the basis of this organization to be formed was to fight land. What is your take on that?
My brother, politics.
You wouldn't be working overtime. You're working overtime. Yeah. It's a Sunday today.
Yeah, politics.
Yes.
Politics ya anything. Let me say, African National Congress. Hey, for me, one from Wagi John Bangalele Dube, we formulate because we oversee with the support ya Maburu. Wabom, Ulisana Ling, le National Party.
Yes.
Elornei hatella or wena o sa tropong wena o restrictive everywhere and o monetary on that time. But tlhokofetse ba ba bolaile. So we have achieved the democracy elorna le wena re bona ka re it's a democracy. Yes. We are still dwelling on the control of white people.
In short, before we close.
Yeah.
Do you feel the ANC has failed us?
Yeah, ANC failed because it mediated the economic power of whites.
Thank you very much. Number two, do you think God has failed African people?
No, God had never failed us.
Why is it that you don't have land?
Maburu kibona ba batlinga matla ya chelete. That's why you won't have land.
So has God failed us?
No, God has never failed us.
Has
God loved
our
us.
Ancestors failed
You
us?
see, our black people, they're so much a kind people. As about badin, dragibat valerat. Rekono rata makua raba amuhela eba invader South Africa. Kantene sa iturno utia noha uri kono ho utumaha. Obo heba invader ka mor barati le ka uri ba basweu rarno e ka ba batho ba lor ba right. Kantino boto re tlhaka tlhaka.
So we made a mistake.
We made a mistake from the
It's
first
fine.
beginning.
Then how do we correct the mistake? Can our ancestors help us to correct these mistakes?
Yes, our ancestors, they can correct us as long as we can fight what belongs to us.
All right.
With those who claim we are in democracy.
In a patriarchy e bolela ka mokgwa banna ba ke impose mo basading. I actually don't believe in that in culture na batho ba bantsho. What is the belief? What do you see currently between what is happening between men and women, especially coming from someone who helps people get land? What is your feeling? Do you feel that there's war between banna le basadi?
Our grimoena malapa a mantši a thubeile ka taba ya social transformation. E le re tsamaisana le eng le hore economic transformation. Wa bona education.
Yes.
Mostly batho ba lorne ba ya sekolong khale ne le banna.
Yes.
Basadi ne a tshwantse a nne hae a tlhokomele motse. So ona ba nong basadi ke bona ba lore ba ruteile thata go fita banna. Ibile ba hola thata. So bophelo ba tšhelete le bophelo ba relationship, it is totally different. That's how bona batho ba sana malapa just because ba hola ba na le tšhelete. O ra re setso se tsa o ka senya go phela sekhuwa le mo le rona le culture how e le yo restrict o re tlhompe lapa la ha. O gra ka marantu he o na le baeni musadi bulello wena e melletse then nna ke tlhang kontle go respecta bjang ka kgona bona gore ka mo jarateng ya ona molao.
Okay, so in short, the social family structure it breakile because of batho ntwe ba e bonang ba zama go ba yona. For example, mosadi ha sa obamela molao wa monna because ona le tšhelete ya go feta, so malapa a thubega ka baka la ntwe. So is it wrong ge mosadi a nyaka go dula ka gae abe moshadi ka gae? Is it wrong?
Our agree basadi ba tshwana.
Yes.
Basadi ba tshwara tšhelete ke ba le ba go groove ba di entertainment. So mpotso re o ha bjang motho ntse le re o mo entertainment platform.
Yes.
Mara o nyetse. Yabo?
So it is not sustainable in short for mme wa lapa e be slave queen every Friday a botšiša dintsha kae.
Motho ba slave queen a phela le monna wa hae. O ka se be slave queen wa to entertainer rena o re o rate or fo bunyatse or fo bofebe. O ka tsamaise dilo tsa di tsamaya. Yeah.
You choose one.
Bophelo bo le re boteng ona banong go bophelo ba tšhelete. Batho ona banong basadi mostly aba sa nna le motho le ro broke. Isa da ba kre motho le ro tlo ba fa mavuso. Or hookups.
So you are saying the problem with current relationship is basadi abasanyoko jola le motho le ra ba fitšhelete. That's what in short you are saying.
Yeah, I get it. He social transformation. Graore, uri chomia ka upila bjang. It is motivating.
Yeah.
Loro o benefita bjang. People di basadi ona ba benefita ka or ba pila. And or musadi he aru upila ki a irile manala a chenchitse a kenze makeup mo right and then a tsentse le wiki o right a parapila. Then le motho le ro kopana le na o kopana le motho le ro wa bona re motho wa peribjang. So,
but it's not wrong. Is it wrong?
It is not wrong if you can behave with partner or malwetse athletes.
Oh, so if for Msadi, uajola, una le manala, una le miriri, and she wants to be maintained by a boyfriend, that is not wrong.
That is not wrong. Marago wotoro bupilobas kuwa they bring danger to bupilobas Africa.
Okay.
Yes. And then when awatikilela usle queen rokopana mo mealeng rathaba and rathabisana la ka opatela ka mkhuru utlaneng ka teng. So what do you call it? Ka sana wa tlhoka o tshwara ke ntolo re ba bitsa gore ke makhung. What do you call it?
So la ba patela bishio le kopana le bona.
O ya ka gore lo utlwana bjang. Ke bophelo bo le ra bona mo strateng. Ore o bophelo ba hae go entertainer banna. So motho wa entertainer banna ka di every weekend wa tswa ke bona so they deal with why and payment.
So are they prostitutes?
No, bagasi di prostitute.
Mara ba nyaka mavuso.
Yeah. Or technically, mutura hustle. People they hustle in a different way.
Oh.
It's either that's why I agree. Wawana schools. Schools is so good. Sabatun kalwa. Mutu ucha hookup.
Yes.
Do you know what is hookup?
I get it. Okay.
And then you mavus.
Oh.
And then urobala labatho wakai. Urobala labatho legana 1,000. Then it's a prostitute. And mutu ufeleta sabele round. Agir wa hula ke mutu. Then we are known hey ya ko mafellu. We are known asana round. Then round go no our rogas lap if you don't play.
Yeah.
Our daily life, you go no. Ibalum sadia how or a hemut or support a banaba how and then grow the economy. Libanaba grow. So, Ogasco Pandu Febek school.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kawagan Nagir Makwa Gidi Fe. Come cover pilang because they want to adopt that life of entertainment space.
Oh, so
instead of focusing on more their own relationship, regardless of being in the industry of entertaining people in order to benefit.
Khazamula, this is very interesting. So you are saying it's not an African thing. African people were living a normal, I don't want to call it a normal life because I don't know what it is. So Bupelo, Babu Febe only came with colonialism, that's all which are Bufebe is whole.
Bro, Unaleva, what do you call it? Ulinta to a lap or Urum to a lap. What do you call it?
We did not do that in our culture.
No, we don't do that in our culture. Mutu tanze anweha ahudi. Mutu tanze anweha ahudile. Oro atwe ayonna lidi chomita hayi. And abihave asabuwa mashiu. So if kidule kamogai kenole le bana ba ka re atawa kaofela re blackout
Ugastroval control.
Ikasebelapa.
Yeah, usinyile because charity begins at home. Banaba chanze by to take our child. So you must manage, and with management they cool in a family.
Yes. All right, sharp. Thank you very much. Okay, let's move back to the land in closing.
Yeah.
So, what is the process of someone who wants to be allocated land? Number one, few criteria. Can you give Mototwa Zimbabwe land? Whether on a document or another document?
Unfortunately,
Riberega ka database ya di registration ya form C.
Oh, so KK process. So you are adopting process here RDP.
Yeah, we are adopting a process here RDP.
So that process kicks out.
Those people that are in the
database, yeah, the governance.
Okay.
So it gives us a platform or a rebel direction.
So if someone came to Zimbabwe, but for some other reason that you and I don't know, he's on that list, he can get land.
Arifima foreigner, because Batwabo, they are not in our database list here, South Africa.
Oh.
As a beneficiary of the land.
So, okay, but once people get the RDP, it's okay to bring Zimbabweans into the RDPs. Remember, when now you have RDP, Utacha form C, the government gives you the form, Wazamaya Udula Centurion, you take that that RDP, you give to a Zimbabwean brother, and then Udula Ona, and then Mashia ne ana pleke, Oya Centurion or Kohopela Udula Kwakwa, and then I can't because you gave that place to
yes.
Integrated Development Plan, IDP.
Yes.
It goes with the budget. How about reconstruction ya orba ahe RDP? Urare the RDP till orba di ahadinali list ya batwa orba chanze batse. Unfortunately, there is no monitoring committee ya or allocation. It goes with the budget. Elori tuili or no. This is a resolution. These are the minute. And these are the people who are the budget, and these are the people who are supposed to be allocated. So if you are into that stage, you are on the ground, then everything changed from the office of the MMC, and it change on the office on the councillor of that ward, because ke nako ya allocation. Even the housing board, iba felletsa ba change o kra no motho ntlo ya ha itswile mara aba khone ho mmitsa. That's why botlo botsa hore phila o ntse o check hore ntlo ya ha o itswile kae. Dintso tsa batho ba le ba kwadisitse ka 1994 di tswile mara ba so allocated up until to so far. Mara ho nna batho. So allocation process is the problem. That's why get it. Dintlo tse dingwe tse le ba di ahile, they've been hijacked. So batho ba ba sa tshwereng di formo tseo le batho ba le ba tlhokofala ba sa kwadisitse. How can we allocate them? Is where then we came with a platform. Yeah or no? This is a land, is a government land. Let us run the process.
Explain the process in Elandspoort.
The process is very short. All we need is we support as char. Our support, remwale petition, to submit a list is attached to the office of MMC, the office ya MEC, recently as a human settlement. Yeah or no? This is a database. We have identified the land. This is a town plan, and this is how we demarcate the site. We can allocate plus or minus 100 people, and this is a lead. Come and assist and work with us, with your task team, human settlement.
So Khazamula, someone living in Danville, who's not on the Zangatlacha from C, who lives in Danville, they will not benefit from the land in Danville.
Let me say to you, the beneficiaries of Tshwane and the region is a region 3. There is a problem mara our main focus kohori but benefit region 3. So which means Danville is a part of that region, because it's a region.
So people of Westview, Elandspoort, Danville will not benefit on the land that is in Danville. Only people who are on the database, you are going to allocate them.
Those are the beneficiaries of the land. They've got the right to Danville, Elandspoort, and then Philip Nell, and Pretoria West.
So I want you to tell someone, a white person living in a back room in Danville now, how can they get land?
Ibile batho ba banyaka thata hore re khone go bontsha hore na le botho a re le bona hore ba thuse a batle ba join.
Explain to them in English.
Okay. All white South Africans who are residing around Danville, as a leader of Resident Program Settlement Association, we invite you, if you know for sure that you don't have a place of your own, and you are sitting with as a beneficiary in that house, you need a space. You can come and join us. We will allocate you, and you build your own place of your children.
What advice can you give South African men in general?
Advice
either on health or mental illness, anything, because this is your parting shot.
Yeah, renalebu tata if you are healthy.
Yes.
Especially as batho. That's why we crowd know batho they are pregnant, but since they deliver, they will tell the consequences, and then especially as be accountable onto that.
Yes.
And then arna insurance ya cover batho so if you are tlhokofala ka a medical negligence.
Yes.
And arna di lawyer ratse lor they can assist upon that. That is the problem.
Yes.
So basadi ba rena they are in danger.
Nakinyaka advice on black men. What advice on black men can you give in general, whether in religion, health, mental health, anything, economic, black business, and advice, because South African men are in trouble.
But
what advice can you give?
But ba kopantse dithalwanyo ba tra o berekisana, because here ka palla go berekisana o mongwe lo mongwe a tiperekele as an individual, is where then we fail to come together and build so-called our own businesses in South Africa, because we want to operate as an individual. And then
thank you very much. Moshad.